feel like someone in this town is hooking up with their cousin. Like, in a normal way, like, I feel like this is Alabama. Yeah, okay. So, the vibes never lie. Good morning, Kanye West! And welcome back to the study series, where we study a series of countries in order to be less booty cheeks at GeoGuessr. Now, last week's video was difficult. I'm talking really difficult. I'm talking, it was, I don't know stats, but must be one of the biggest countries on GeoGuessr I could have chosen. Bigger countries, more metas. It was very difficult. So I thought I'd rein it back a little bit and choose a country that I'm familiar, dare I say, the country I'm most familiar with. The country that I have the most cracked guesses known to man. Do we have any guesses? Any guesses at all? If you guessed the country with the right to bear arms, and what would you have your liberties laid out in any way, shape, or form, you'd be correct. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, today we're going to study the United States of America, or where I like to call it, best place on earth. Yes, today we are studying the USA. I do not think this is the best country on earth. I think it's one of the worst. Whether it is our healthcare, incarceration rates, guns, there are a lot of elements of my country that I'm not that proud of. But I would be remiss if I did not say that the US, I think, is a very, very beautiful country. And it covers a lot of different terrains, a lot of different time zones, a lot of different pieces of nature that you can pick from it. Now, you could argue that's not really ours, because we kind of took this country when we got here. But I'm talking about the now. I'm talking about the US of A that we talk of today when we bring it up, when we bring the conversation back. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I'm pretty good at the United States on GeoGuessr. I happen to know almost every single license plate in the northern continental United States. But if there's one thing this game has taught me, it's that there's always more to learn. And every time you think you really know something, you probably don't. So without further ado, let's scroll down. .us, fun fact, I've actually never seen this before, I think anywhere. We've got the flag, the country shape, driving side. So the first thing, obviously, you're gonna see is miles per hour. Speed limit miles per hour signs are pretty basic. Gen 2 is rare in the US. If you have Gen 2 North American setting, you're likely in Canada. This is an extremely helpful map. I don't know where this has been when I was learning. Also, this is New York City. This is great. This is like a few blocks away from my house. Fun HOWDY Park lore. I actually grew up in Manhattan, New York City. I am from there. Moving on, we've got some classic New York signs. Road signs use more words compared to Canadian counterparts. I am so happy to be looking at a Plunkett meta that I'm familiar with. Like, yeah, these are very, very North American signs. I see these signs in my day-to-day life. I'm not used to that on Plunkett. Usually things on Plunkett are things I've like never seen before, like Australian bollards and Sri Lankan tuk-tuks. So seeing like a speed limit 60 sign, good note, Canada uses maximum. We use speed limit. Super cool, super helpful. Triangular signs, no passing zone, super cool, super helpful. Yield signs, upside down triangle, super helpful. Wow, this is really, really specific. It's harder to tell, I think, when you're studying another country that you've never seen. Like, you want it super specific, but like, I've never seen someone break down so specifically. Like, one-way signs are usually horizontal black rectangles with a white arrow inside of it to describe like a one-way. Like, yeah, it's a one-way sign. But like, no, that makes perfect sense for people who might be Canadian or might be from literally anywhere else. People are gonna have a field day with this video. Like, it's just gonna be anti-American comments. I can see it now. Canadian one-way signs have the same shape and color. Crazy way how to spell color on the USA Plunkett, but I digress. Ah, I understand. This is Canada. This is the US. Yes, this is very United States core. Oh my gosh, this entire page is just please know the difference between the US and Canada. That is so funny. Canadian parking signs are similar, but less wordy. Yes, we are very wordy with our signs. Interesting. They'll typically have square edges instead of curved edges. American meta, you'll commonly see large signs advertising food. Yes, there are a lot of food options on highways in America. Anywhere that has a Wendy's, an Arby's, and a 7-Eleven, I'd hope you'd know you're in America. Junction signs are found in the United States. Look, like even these two, like look at the background of this, and then look at the background of this. You could be in like Czechia and Chile, But like these are both the US. That's part of why I love the US so much, is because like the terrain just, if you just drive like straight shot through the country, you hit like everything. Construction barrel, okay, this is helpful, but I think we use the construction cone more than the barrel, so I don't know why that's not on here. US uses yellow middle lines and white outer lines. Very true, sometimes they're dotted, that means you can pass. Oh my god, the church meta. Okay, this is actually huge for the US metas. Like, there are churches everywhere. If you spawn and you can do like a Pano 360 and you see like 3 churches, nobody loves their churches like the Midwest, so very safe bet to do a church on that. Okay, you may not be able to tell this, but my camera just deleted the last 40 minutes of everything I just filmed. I got like the first 10 minutes and then the second half of Plonket, and everything after that, I now have to re-record. If I'm being so honest, that video took me like an hour and a half to film, and I'm feeling a little unmotivated right now. So I am not going to go through the rest of the United States Plonket. Please believe me that I did. It was very interesting. You should have been there. I'm just going to play some more rounds so this video doesn't go completely to waste. I've played the United States, as I just explained. I've played it a lot. I'm actually platinum. I've gotten 25k on it. It's probably my best map in GeoGuessr. This is probably the country that I feel the most confident in and I'm the most cracked at. Without further ado, let me tell you why. Let's hop right into it and let's get some rounds. So what I did last time was I tried to guess where I was without moving, and we had like a no move kind of situation going on where like I would just pan and see what state I was in. This off the bat is looking very like tropical if you kind of look towards this vegetation. Not in a California way, because there's no tall palm trees and there's no mountains. This is like a little flatter. So honestly, I'm gonna say northern Florida for this one, just based on what I can see. And without further ado, okay, it was a little more southern Florida, but we got the state nonetheless. Didn't even really have to move around. This one's a little trickier, but you can see that we've got oil over here, and actually I do want to show this. There's an oil pump jack map, so you can kind of see where you're more likely going to be and not be if you see public oil pumping. And if you kind of look at the plains around us, you can see it's very dry. You can see it's kind of flat, it's not like flat, but you know, it's flatter. So due to the fact that we've got oil pumping and this is very flat, if we look back to our reference, it's going to be one of these states. And of these states, I would say it's going to be, let's go somewhere flat, which is like flat and dry, because look at the vegetation here. Let's put it in Wyoming. I feel like that's a good guess. It was, dare I say, a great guess. We were just the road over. Wow. And yeah, you could see that because it's flat and because it's got the oil pumping. Is it one of, wait, go back. Yeah, Wyoming's right here. So falls within the oil map, makes our lives easier. New York, right? These plates. We've got a little upstate New York action. That was kind of an easy one. Holy 5k. Okay, we got Albany. Albany is the capital of New York, but it used to be Kingston. That's a fact nobody cares about. But yeah, we just had the New York license plates. It's honestly like a cheat. The New York plate's very easy. Again, it looks like Alaska, but it's not. This looks a little more southern. The way I deduct the South from like Middle America is both the vegetation and the like cleanliness of the South. I feel like the South is very manicured and they have these skinny ass trees that go really tall. So we know that. Honestly, I was just in Georgia recently, and this is looking a lot like Georgia. This could also be like Texas. I'm gonna put it in Georgia. Ooh, Texas. Okay, so it wasn't quite Georgia, but thankfully we still got like the South. If that ended up being like Seattle or something, that would have been actually so tragic for me. But let's keep going and see if we can hopefully get at least the next few states. I love these neighborhood watch signs. Like, yes, Diva, it's giving you care for your kids. This one's, I mean, no. Okay, wait, I need to lock in. Oh, this is difficult, but it's not impossible. Okay, so again, the thought process, look at the United States. We know we're not going to be on anything west of Oklahoma because just look at it. It's really basic. Move the map over, zoom in a little bit. We know we're not going to be in the South because in the South, you've got that red dirt and you've got those like manicured cult houses like we kind of saw in the last round, and we don't have either of those over here. Move it up a little bit. All right, this is kind of what we're looking at. I don't think we're gonna be in anything like coastal necessarily. Like, this could technically be New York, but like, I don't think this is New York. It's just not giving the vibes. It's almost giving like a northern southern state. Oh my god, did that make any sense? A northern southern state. What is that in their yard? Sorry, I'm so nosy. Like, is that a tent? Were we like camping in our front yard? That's kind of cool, I guess. Okay, back to region guessing. It would be really helpful if we could go see a plate, but I told myself no. I told myself I'm gonna guess it just from standing here and there's no plate in sight. It's not giving any of these kind of New England. We're gonna go a little more like this. I think it's somewhere here. Probably Virginia or West Virginia. It's gonna be like one of the two. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, West Virginia. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so we were in the South. No, that's what I guessed last time. Am I chopped? Wait, 15K compared to my other videos is like really good, but like I'm disappointed. I put Georgia on Texas and I put West Virginia on Georgia. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna do this one more time and we're gonna do a little better than we did before. All right, we've got the red letterings and the blue top. That's, I mean, obvious Massachusetts round, but also we have a very New England feel. I feel very confident. I'm just going to put Eastern Massachusetts. We 5K'd, moving on. Oh my god. Why me, bro? All right, this is horrible. This is actually horrible. Oh my god, okay. I mean, it's a cornfield state. Like, Nebraska, the Dakotas, Kansas. Like, okay. We were one more down, but yeah, we were in holy flyover country. That was awful. Okay, you just gotta be locked in. I'm actually not sure where in Florida this is gonna be, but oh. Okay, apparently I am sure where in Florida that's gonna be. We got Miami, it was giving, and then this. I mean, is this not just giving the South? Look, we've got these like low houses, we've got this kind of. Is this red dirt? I don't know. This is one of these three for sure. You can just tell from the atmosphere, from the vibes, from the kind of slight aura that they'd like judge you if you weren't blonde. I feel like someone in this town is hooking up with their cousin. Like in a normal way. Like I feel like this is Alabama. Yeah, okay. So the vibes never lie. And that's kind of what that was. Oh my god, these are hard today. What am I looking at? Okay, Mountain Lane, I believe that says with a black sign, is very specific. Dude, I kind of want to put the South again. It's these trees. You see how they're like tall and piney? It's giving another Alabama. Maybe a little more southern this time. I mean, no, it was back northern, but we got like 2 outskirts of Birmingham in a row. And 2100, I will take that. I'm a little concerned by these 2 Alabama guesses that we got, because why were we there twice? But yeah, we 5K'd Boston, we 5K'd Miami. It would have been nice to actually get like a consecutive we got every state, but do not ask me the difference between Kansas and Nebraska, because like low-key they're just on the map for fun. Like there's not actually a difference between the two. I'm very intrigued by the fact that we got 2 Alabamas. That's weird. And yeah, sorry, there was a little more gameplay in this video before all my footage deleted, so unfortunately, this is all we get for America. But please do not be remiss. I really do love my country. I think it's a really great country. I think we have a lot to learn and a lot to do. But I think that as cursed as a lot of its people are, we've got some really cool vegetation, we've got some really cool national parks, and we've got some really cool people. Eminem is from America, and I love Eminem. So, some Dally Park trivia for you. And yeah, I will play again tomorrow. I love Eminem!